why does it mean so much to you? Like your manager Jim was telling me that you have some memories of Lincoln where like earlier in your career where it's like it just kind of illustrates like how far you've come to like be like think about those memories and then headlining a card in the arena. Like why would fighting in Lincoln mean so much to you?
I think I've just been through so much in my career, just the ups and the downs, and some of my most defining moments coming up happened in Lincoln. I can remember fighting in the Lancaster Event Center, and people from Nebraska will know what that is, but it's this big building with a dirt floor, uh, and they just threw up a cage in the middle of it, and it's got regular bleacher seating. Like this is a place that they show livestock in.
Yeah.
There was like a carpet that they just rolled out for you to be able to walk to the octagon or to the cage without having to walk in the dirt. Um, and I was an amateur actually. It was like my, I don't know, probably sixth or seventh amateur fight, and I fought this long-haired hippie guy named Jeremy Shepard, one of the toughest people I've ever met in my whole life. It was probably the hardest fight I've ever been in to this day.
Really?
Yeah, and he just beat the hell out of me. And I remember thinking then, like, I don't know if this is for me. I wasn't very good, and he just beat me senseless. And then I rematched him, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months later, and I just had to go back. Before that, I had to go back and figure out, like, is this really what I want to do? Like, I don't. This stuff's kind of crazy. Uh, but I figured it out. I got better, and like 2 months later, same building, same promotion, except in a boxing ring. Head kicked him and knocked him out, and like that was like the moment I realized like this isn't like this game is different. Like one fight to the next is can be a totally different story, even in a couple months time. And I think that's why I was able to take a lot of my losses so well was from those two fights with Jeremy Shepard. Like just because I lost that one doesn't mean that defines the whole rest of my career. But in my head, after the first loss, that's how it was to me. Like, all right, well, I just suck, and this is as good as I'm going to be. And I was able to, figure. And it sounds really silly, it's something for my amateur career, but like I always go back to that when I'm coming off of a loss, like the John Jones fight. I went back to that Jeremy Shepard moment. Jeremy
Mm.
Shepard, I wasn't even competitive with Jeremy Shepard. It wasn't even close. He was way better than I was. It was one of the few times I've ever lost, and I just felt like I just got beat by a better guy. But like in a couple months' time, you figure it out. You check yourself mentally. You work on the holes in your game, and that same fight looked way different a couple months later. And that's how I've been approaching the whole John Jones thing. It's going to look different in a couple months' time,
Mm.
and then later on down the road, I ended up fighting my pro debut in that arena. Well, not the same arena that they're fighting in, but a few blocks away. That's where I kicked off my professional debut. Uh, kind of fun little fact: my wife was actually at that fight, and we didn't know each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had no idea. Like we'd never met before, and we ended up not meeting for another 2 years. Uh, so I mean, it's just Lincoln just holds just a dear place in my heart,
That's
And
crazy. When did you find out that she was there?
like 6 months after we met, like we were just dating, and like she knew that I fought, but like she didn't exactly know what it was, and I think when we met, I had just fought. Um, of course, we're trying to figure out a name earlier. I can't remember his name, but Jesse Forbes from The Ultimate Fighter. I just
Okay.
fought Jesse Forbes in like Fargo, North Dakota, and I broke my arm hammer fisting him, and so I was injured. So I wasn't fighting actively when we met. So like you can tell her what you do. You're like, I fight. This is what I do for a living, for money, and she's just not from that world. So she was like, I don't know what this guy does, but he's kind of cool to hang out with. And
Yeah.
then, as we are figuring it out, and I'm starting to get back to fighting and training, and then we figured out that like she was there.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.